Okay, I have been doing business consulting for about a year now, and I wanted to share in this video in the next couple minutes a funnel that I made using a system called Go High Level that allows me to take social media traffic and turn it into actual customers that I can do something with. And this is really, really cool. Really excited to talk about this because I actually had someone. So, what I do is I help people sell their businesses. So, I work with a lot of different business brokers. And so, it's this very complex thing to explain. Not a lot of people in the situation, can be hard to find them. So, social media has been good for me to help find those people because it allows me to talk about the challenges that they're facing and provide some education. And the only way you can actually turn that person into a customer is if you have somewhere to send them. So what I did is I actually created this funnel, and it all starts with my Instagram. And basically it'll take someone from seeing my Instagram content to actually being someone that I can contact. And this resulted in me actually getting someone's business listed with one of the brokers that I work with, which ultimately will result in a commission, which is really, really cool because that's taking social media traffic and turning it into a client. That's what everyone wants, right? So I'm going to go through really briefly here just what this actual funnel system looks like from front to back, and a little bit about how I created it and why I did it the way I did it, just so that if you're getting into consulting, if you're in coaching or something like that, maybe you can use your social media presence and your actual acumen, like knowing how to talk about things on social media, talk about the things that you've done and that you're learning, and actually turn that into business. So this is my Instagram. Not a big following or anything, just post. I post about once a day most of the time right now, but a couple things, I've got it kind of optimized up here so that when someone does look at it, they can see a little bit about what I talk about right away. And then in my profile, I talk a little bit about what I do. So I help business owners sell their business for more money by working with them really in the pits and teaching them how the game works. And it's because I've done it before myself. So basically what I did is I put a link in my bio here, and it goes to this page. So this is the first page they land on, and I created something called my value calculator. Now, this is an actual tool that I use with clients, and this could be really anything for you. This could be just a PDF, like an ebook of something that you write that is teaching about what you do. It could be giving away some kind of free value of something that you would typically want to charge for, something to kind of get your foot in the door and provide a lot of value. And in the case of someone wanting to sell their business, usually getting a valuation is something that they don't really understand how to do. They don't understand how to value their business, and they don't really know what the best option is. So this is a little tool I made that, it doesn't do everything for them, but it's a guide on how to actually find the value of their business. Now, what I did is I created this little landing page, and I'm going to show you how it goes from the front of this, kind of the beginning here, to the very end. Now, the first thing you'll notice here is there's this video playing, and if you see, it's got me talking in the corner here about what I'm doing and how to use the system and what it's going to be. So as you can see in this video you're watching, there's also a little circle of me in the corner. So I use this free tool called Loom. It's free up to 5-minute videos, which for something like this is all you need. I think this one's just like 2 minutes or something like that, but it's free up to 5 minutes. It's Loom, and I'll put a link in the description just so you can use that. But you just create a screen recording of you talking in the camera and kind of guiding through whatever you're doing on your screen. So I recorded that, I embedded it into this video, and I basically put it on this funnel page with a button. Now, you're probably wondering how I did this, and I'm going to actually get into that too. So I'm actually looking at a system here called Go High Level. So I'm going to walk you through kind of the different steps here. So basically, this is what's called a customer relationship manager. So I pay about $100 a month for this system, and then I'm able to log in and do all of these different things that I'm about to show you. So basically, I go in, and this is the funnel that I've created. It's got these very simple 3 steps. There's that page that I showed you before. So you go in here in the funnels section, and you can totally design that page. And if you know how to design something, you could do this yourself. If not, you could find someone on Upwork or Fiverr or something like that, and they probably won't charge you that much it'd be like creating a website or a web page. There's people that specialize in this system, Go High Level, that can come in and just create this for you. So then the other thing that I did is I created a form. So that form basically it's in the form section of Go High Level. It's really simple. It just looks like this: first name, last name, email, and phone number. And that's because if someone's interested in this, I know that they have a problem that I solve for people professionally and charge money for. So I know that if they are exploring this and they're interested enough to download this value calculator that I created, that they might be someone that would want to list their business through one of the brokers I work with, or would want to consult with me to help prepare their business for sale. So basically, I have this form in the next funnel step. And then the last step just looks like this. This is the actual product itself. And so when they navigate through this after they fill out their information, you land on this page. So congrats on getting your value calculator. It's got a bunch of different other pages that I just made through Loom that it links to, where it guides them on exactly how to use this. And then they download the actual resource here. So it basically teaches you how to do everything here. And then it's got another little video here, basically talking about how I use this with my clients. And you can go in here and you can actually book a call further with me to actually do some consulting on this if you're interested. Now, if you're not, that's fine. What happens is they fill out that form, and eventually from filling out that form, because I have it all in natively in-house in this system, Go High Level, they're going to end up landing in my customer relationships manager. And I'm going to show you what that looks like here in a second, but this is how it works on the back end. So within Go High Level, if I go back, there's this section called automation, right? And if I go into automations, this is one that I've actually built out from scratch to make all of that happen every time someone goes through this. So the first step here is the trigger. So I make the trigger the form being submitted. So form submitted, and then form is, and then I just put the name of the form that I actually did. Then you save it. Then the first thing that it does is it creates what's called an opportunity. So basically, it'll take that person's information and send them into a sales pipeline that I've created. So what that looks like is this, and I'm probably going to blur out these names so that you don't try to take my leads here and contact them. But basically, these are all people in this first submitted section, and I'll kind of like move one around a little bit here. Maybe you'll see this, maybe it'll be too blurred. But basically what you see here, there's like a bunch of little tiles with names on them. And one of these gets sent in anytime someone comes through and downloads that value calculator. So I know that when they download it, I can click their contact and I can actually open it up, and I have their email and their phone number, and I could text them, I could call them, I could email them, and basically say, hey, I saw you downloaded the value calculator. Hope you get some value out of it. Let me know if you need any help with it. Also, do you have a business that you're trying to sell that you're using it for? Do you have a business you're trying to grow that you're trying to use it for? Basically find out why they were interested in it. And so what I did is I had someone come in and download it, and I just texted him. And the next day I was on a call with him because he was trying to sell his business. And so I got on a call with him, talked to him for about an hour, called him back later, finished the call. And he basically told me he was trying to move. He was trying to sell his business. And long story short, within a couple of weeks, his business was listed with one of the brokers I work with. And now if he sells that business, then like through that broker, then I get a commission for that, which is really cool. And I'm able to help him out. But I want to show you what this looks like. So basically, the reason this is really, really cool is that workflow that I showed you on the back end. You can make it however you want to make it. So from my perspective, what I want to do when someone kind of like shows interest in what I'm doing is I want to bring them into my world. I want to kind of immerse them in everything that I have to offer and really, really over deliver on the value that I'm providing to them so that they just feel overwhelmed with like what I have to offer. Because if I show that I can provide a ton of value on the back end for free without asking for anything in return, then they're more likely to think that I'm going to offer a lot if they actually pay to work with me. And that's just the way I see it. Everyone has different views about that. I think you're behind the times if you feel like you have to like hold all the value in and not give it away and charge someone for it. Someone's just going to give away whatever you're doing for free, and then they're going to take your customers. So that's the view that I have. But basically, what I do is like the next thing I have it do is it will send an internal notification to me so that I like actually get notified on my phone on the Go High Level app anytime someone downloads this, so I can like be quick with it and just text them, email them, call them, whatever. But then I also want it to kind of like nurture them as a lead because I consider them a lead of someone who might be a customer. So the next thing I have it do is I have it send like a series of a few emails just over the course of a few days. And you can kind of pick your own cadence with this, but basically you just connect your email address into the Go High Level system and you just have it email them automatically. So hypothetically, if I had like 100 people download this value calculator, then over the course of the next like week and a half or so, they're all going to get an email from me every like day or two, just kind of talking about what I do, sharing some of my experience. I'll give you like a little bit of a preview of this, not the whole thing, because that would take a while, but basically the first one is just like if they forgot, if they like didn't save the page that they landed on for the value calculator, this email has the link again for them to just go to it, and then it just introduces me and my background a little bit more, and it like gives them a little bit of an introduction to what I do, what I'm all about, and then the rest of the emails I tell stories of my past experience and like what I've done, what I can help with, like what kinds of lessons they might be able to learn from my experience. And the thought there is just like I want to provide as much value as possible, and for me to like be emailing people every day and like be on top of it, that'd be a lot of work. But if I can like really provide a ton of value for them like that, my thought is they'll see me as a resource and maybe someone they would want to work with. And that's not always going to be the case, and that's okay. They might have someone else that they refer me to or something like that. It's all just planting seeds for future potential work, and really getting the name out there. So anyway, it sends a bunch of emails. But in the meantime, oh, and one other little step that I love here at the end, I have what's called a webhook, and this attaches to something called Zapier, which will then add them to this email newsletter that I do every week. So every week I write this email newsletter, goes out on Wednesdays, and they actually get added to the list automatically at the end of this sequence because I put this in here. So if they download the value calculator, they end up getting my emails every week from there on out, which is really cool, I think, because it just helps me kind of increase the reach that I'm able to get to. But anyway, I wanted to just share this because I see this as a really valuable step. This is something that kind of blows people's minds whenever I tell them that you can really bring people into your world this way, and create clients out of social media traffic. So as far as like the way that I would actually use this, if I was trying to grow and like monetize an audience, monetize like social media traffic that I was getting, I would basically either create organic content and like just tell people to go visit the link if they're interested, or I would run an ad on social media and use like the actual landing page that I created as the place that they end up like from the ad. So I'll show you an example of that because I've actually done that a fair bit. I have this video on my Instagram where I actually, and it's not pinned, so I'll have to scroll down to it. So I have this video on my Instagram that I've actually run as an ad a couple times where I basically come on and I just do like a screen share of me showing the value calculator in action and doing like a quick run through of what it looks like. And then people can comment on this, and maybe I'll get into this in another video, but basically they can comment a keyword on this and it'll actually send them the link to the value calculator, which I think is really cool. So from these, a lot of these people commented this, and then they'll actually get put into that whole system and eventually get my emails, get my value calculator, and be someone that I could contact and ask what's going on with their business. So hopefully this is helpful. If you found this valuable, I would love for you to subscribe and check out the links in the description for the links to all these different systems that I use in the video, and schedule just a call with me if you're curious about how this works. I'm happy to hop on and explain it more to you, and I can set this up for you, help you kind of grow your business through social media. because I've found a lot of value in it personally. Being a young guy breaking into consulting, a lot of the people in this space are a lot older than me. And so I have to be scrappy and adaptable and be able to provide things that they might not know how to do, or might not be able to leverage quite as well. So hopefully if you're young, you're trying to monetize an audience, maybe you already have a social media following, or you're good at running ads, or you just want to set all of this up, hopefully you can benefit from this video.